Hello everyone, today we will explore the arpeggiator in the K2500. But before we do that, just wanted to say thanks to the new subscribers and also to your kind comments. I haven't done any videos recently simply because I had to take my K2500 apart to fix some sticky buttons. Also I did a bit of PRAM and clean some of the contacts and so on. So now it's all back in one piece and it should be good to go. So before we start, it's important to know that the arpeggiator is not available in the program mode. It's available in the setup mode, which is a little bit unusual, but it offers some very interesting possibilities as well. So we will now explore that in more details in this video. So when we are in setup mode, what we need to do is scroll to the right or to the left using the more buttons until we see the button that says, or the tab that says arpeggiator. There's a number of important parameters, and the first one being to activate the arpeggiator. So we select it and switch to on. Now, the important thing as well to know is that depending on the latch mode that we'll explore in a minute, some of them rely on a switch being activated for the arpeggiator to start. And in order to do that, you need to go to the switch page and activate or select the switch you want to use. So these are the ones on the left, just above the mode wheel, and set MIDI parameter 119, which is ARP latch. Once we've done that, we can go back to the arpeggiator. If you don't do that, you might wonder why sometimes it doesn't trigger. Now that we've done that, we have our arpeggiator and we can use it. Now in that mode, basically I'm holding the notes. As soon as I leave the note, then the arpeggiator will stop. Now, in order to change that, we have to change the latch mode, and there are various modes that you can explore. Most of them require you to hold the keys, and I recommend that you check in the manual. Some of these differences are not super obvious to me, but the one that is the most classic one, I would say, is the add mode, whereby basically once you play the note, if you stop holding the notes, then the ARP will continue to play. And what you can do, you can add notes on top of that. So now I'm just pressing additional keys and they will add to the arpeggio. Right. The next thing we want to do is look at the order in which the notes are played. So here is that order played, but we have the classic up, down. As you can hear as well, whenever I change the parameter, the arpeggiator stops. So that's something to bear in mind. Up and down with repeat, which is quite cool. A classic favorite, the random one. Shuffle, and there's a few more additional modes that these plays all the notes together in the same rhythm. And if you add notes, again they keep on adding. Right. Then there's a number of beats and the tempo. So that's for the basics of triggering the arpeggiator. Now it has an additional couple of tricks up its sleeve. The first one you can see here is the note shift function or option. And basically what it allows you to do is to add additional semitones at the end of each cycle. So how does that work? Let's add 2 semitones here, so 1 additional note at each cycle. But then it could go on forever. So then you need to put a shift limit, because if I play it at the moment, it's doing the same thing. So first, let's go back to more interesting, where it will be more obvious the changes it does. Let's go up and down. So now you hear at the moment we've added 2 additional semitones, but since we put the limit at 0, it doesn't do anything. But if we increase that to 2, you can hear now it's adding this extra note at the top. And if we move that to like 8 notes, 8 semitones. And I'm not too sure, I think the limit is 88, so that can go quite high. And then it comes back down. So that's can be quite fun to play with. So let's stick to a more reasonable number, say 4 or 5 notes. And then there's a glissando mode, and then we can play with the velocity as well and the duration. Change the duration, you can hear the effect. What we can see as well is that we can activate on or off the arpeggiator for that particular zone. So now we have 2 sounds playing. And as you can hear, I have the arpeggiator going on one zone, but on the other zone it just plays my chords, it doesn't arpeggiate. So you can switch on and off the various zones, and obviously you can also define the upper and lower notes for each zone, so you can have like an arpeggiator going on at the bottom of the keys, then have chords, and then have a lead elsewhere on the keyboard in your setup. Right, that's it. I hope that's helpful and that you learned a thing or two from this video. Thank you very much.